We're in Wigan for the Questmead Stages, which once again has attracted a great entry for one of the early events of the new season. John and Alex Stone lead the crews away in the main field, with the Darien of Jason and Lee Wilson close behind. Tom Morris and Colin Harkness in the Skoda will be ones to watch, and they round out our top three starters ahead of a number of very quick escort drivers, and we know they go well here. Straight out onto those stages then, and it would be that fiesta of John and Alex Stone leading the way after the morning's rallying. They open up a good advantage in that position as well, with a 27-second lead. Second place at this stage will be Tom Morris and Colin Harkness in the Skoda. Told you they were ones to watch. They were having a few problems getting held up on the stages, but that is the nature of these narrow single-venue stage rallies, of course. John Marshall and Scott Crawford bring the new Skoda Roo out this weekend for some development. The new package from Teg Sport already having the thumbs up from European champion Chris Ingram when he drove it recently at Race Retro. Things going well for the pair here. Third place overall, just 16 seconds back from Morris. It seems Ingram was right. A wrong tyre choice in the morning would mean the first couple of stages would be a little interesting and perhaps chalked down to experience for Rob Cox and Joe Graham, resulting in them hitting a tyre wall and bending the steering a little. They do still manage to get themselves fourth place to end the morning, battling on. They lead the way in Class D with that position as well. This morning had been anything but a clean run for Mark Jasper and Don Wyatt. A spin on one of the morning stages wasn't going to help their times either. They were here this weekend with the intention of shaking things down for the Northwest stages though. So although fifth place was a little lower than they would have wanted to be on the leaderboard, it wasn't looking like too much of a problem. Jason and Lee Wilson were suffering a little on the opening stages, heading out on used tyres, and ones with little grip as well, it would seem. They'd return to service and decide on buying some new ones for the rear of the Darien and start to work their way back up the leaderboard. Sixth place overall for now. For Matt Pearce and Phil Turner, it will be seventh place. The pair usually competing against each other, but Phil jumping into the co-driver's seat this weekend, and things were going well inside that car. The pair also lying third in Class D. For Jack Ives and Stephen Henty, it will be eighth. The escort pair just 3 seconds back from Pearce at this stage as well. We have a battle on our hands. And the difference back to ninth place was close as well. Perhaps we'll have a three-way, including Adam Williams and Rachel Atherton in the Subaru, who end the morning in that position and in that battle to gain a few more places on the leaderboard as well. And rounding out the top 10 would be this man, Chris Grundy, Steve Grundy alongside. This would be the first time at the rally for the father and son pairing. Dad Steve, the one who built and maintains the car throughout the event. In some of the class positions, it will be the lead in Class C for Derwin Robertson and Mervyn Williams. The Mark III Escort pair leading that class with a small margin. Don't forget, a Mark III Escort went extremely well here last year. The gap back to Jack and Tom Derbyshire would be only 4 seconds. A good close fight over the morning stages, and there would surely be a push from this pair in the afternoon. And for Jeff McQuilling and Steve Landon, it would be third in Class C. That gap a little bigger though, 16 seconds to be exact, so it certainly wasn't over just yet. Stephen and David Terry will be having a small suspension issue, causing a bit of a vibration. It would lose them a little time, but it didn't affect their class position at this stage, leading the way in Class B by the midpoint of the rally. Second in class behind them would be Gareth and Alan Roberts. The father and son team back out after a break of over 3 years from the stages, not losing much of their overall speed by the looks of it either, just 7 seconds back from the class lead now. And third in that class would belong to Tom Urquhart and Chris Cooper, the micro pair, a further 29 seconds back from the crew up ahead. So they'd have a bit to do if they wanted to challenge for that position in the afternoon. Just the one car entered to entertain us in Class A. It would be Andy Walshaw and Lacey Brown. It wasn't a clean run all day, that is for sure. The pair having an eventful morning, but they were still going despite a few moments along the way. And another crew having an eventful, shall we say, morning would be Bill Hignett and Liam Whiteley, spinning the Sierra and getting stuck in the mud. They'd lose a lot of time being pushed out, but they would get it going, crucially. Co-driver Liam, currently on the Motorsport UK Co-Driver Academy, and we caught up with him in service to talk about that before we chatted to the rally leaders.
You've had an interesting morning so far, haven't you?
Yeah, interesting to say the least. Went out on the first stage. Obviously, it's done in running twos. We did the first stage and we're happy enough. Obviously, it was a bit skitty around there. We were thinking, oh well, maybe there's not a lot of grip out there. Did the second stage, came round into the Lunar Bend, and obviously came round on us, and yeah, got stuck in the mud. Got a stage max. So obviously, the results kind of out of the question for us today, but we're still out there having fun, which is the main thing. And you got yourself a bit muddy as well.
Yeah. Luckily, the media came to the rescue, didn't they?
That's it. Yeah. You have your mum uses, don't you? So yeah, and like I say, we're on special stage, so you'll be able, everyone watching at home will be able to have a laugh and a giggle, and obviously getting stuck in mud. So yeah.
It's all good. It all works out in the end. And now, obviously, you're part of the new Motorsport UK Academy this year. So how are you finding that?
Yeah, no, it's really good, yeah. It's run by Paul Spooner and Nicky Grist, and it's absolutely amazing experience, and I can't thank them enough. Got a few more events out throughout the year, and I just can't wait to get started and carry on going and doing what we're doing. So yeah, really looking forward to the rest of the year.
John, Alex, leading the event so far. How's it going for you?
Yeah, pretty good. Having a good day out. Lots of tea, lots of coffee, having a good laugh. Yeah, that's what it's about.
Absolutely. And chippy tea?
Curry we're going for.
Curry.
Yeah.
Ready for that, Alex? You looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Good man. Second after stage 6. How's that going for you? Enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it very much, yeah. It's been a good day out, and I haven't been out for 10 months, so it's good to get back in the car.
And the car's holding up all right?
Touch wood. Yeah, never like to say that, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine, so far anyway. So we've just got 4 to go, and we'll see how it ends up.
So we've reached the end of the morning stages here at the Questmead Stages. The leaderboards are starting to shape up, both overall and in the classes. The overall one looks like this. We're back out onto that kart track then for the afternoon stages, and a look at how the final results shaped up here at the Questmead Stages Rally. And as the only ones in Class A, it would be the win there for Andy Walshaw and Lacey Brown. The afternoon wasn't plain sailing just like their morning, but they do make it to the finish to take that class victory. And there'd be some bad luck for Chris and Rob Johnson. They miss a split on the last stage right at the end. So frustrating. It means they don't get that result that they would have wanted or that they fought hard for all day. It was, however, a good test of their new engine. So nothing ventured, nothing gained, and it wasn't all bad for them in the end. In Class B, it would be Andy Rose and Steve Coles climbing up the leaderboard to take 3rd place. A good result for the Micra pair this weekend. Second in that class would be Gareth and Alan Roberts. No change in the afternoon for the pair, out this weekend in the car that they built themselves from a £60 donut car. Just let that sink in, proving that this sport can be achievable on a low budget if you're prepared to put in the work. And for Stephen and David Terry, it would be a successful afternoon, keeping hold of that Class B lead to take victory by the end of the rally. In Class C, there wouldn't be any change to 3rd place. That would still belong to Jeff McQuilling and Steve Landon in the Civic. There would, however, be some change to 2nd in that class. Our early class leaders, Derwin Roberts and Mervyn Williams, having to settle for 2nd place by the end of the rally. Still a strong result for the pair, though. That shake-up, meaning a change to the class lead as well, of course. Jack and Tom Derbyshire stepping up to take that position and hold it to the finish, to take the Class C win, as well as 11th place overall. We're on to the top 10 then overall, and it would be Richie Hughes and Martin Quant who round out the top of the leaderboard at the finish in the Escort. Chris and Steve Grundy were starting to get some good top times as the day went on, but they'd be struggling a little with tyre wear, ending the rally 6th place in Class D as well as 9th overall. Adam Williams and Rachel Atherton gain a position to end the event with 8th. A good result for the Subaru pair. They also take 5th in Class D. And it was a similar story as well for Jack Ives and Stephen Henty, ending their rally just outside the Class D podium positions, taking 7th overall. They say rain's a leveller. Well, it would have been preferable for Matt Pearce and Phil Turner. The car a little underpowered compared to some of the others around them. And the rain does actually level things out. Sadly for them, it wasn't to be. They make the best of the dry conditions to take 6th place overall, 3rd in Class D. And it would be a good result as well for Rob Cox and Joe Graham. They get held up a few times on the stages, but it's the nature of the venue, nature of the beast. And what a beast it had been today. A great rally, ending the event with 5th overall, 2nd in Class D. Despite a few issues along the way, it would be a good finish for Mark Jasper and Don Wyatt, just missing out on a podium position overall to take 4th, also getting themselves 3rd in Class E. That class podium, perhaps some consolation. And a strong afternoon for Jason and Lee Wilson would see them replacing the tyres and climbing back up the leaderboard to see them rounding out the podium positions and taking the Class D victory. Tom Morris and Colin Harkness, meanwhile, would gain confidence in the car as the day went on. Able to push hard and get some good times on the board, they end the rally with 2nd overall. And with all that going on behind them, it's a dominant victory for John and Alex Stone. They take the win with almost a minute of an advantage by the end of the rally. A trouble-free run for the father and son team. So the Questmead Stages is complete for 2020, as entertaining as we've known it to become. Here's a reminder of those final overall results. Stay tuned now for all the action from the Questmead Junior Stages coming up next.
Yeah, a really good day. I'll just get back in the car from November and get ready for the Northwest Stages. So, yeah, good day.
Here we go with action from the junior rally at the Questmead Stages then, and with some of last year's juniors making the step up to senior rallying in 2020, it would leave a mix of returning contenders and new faces here at the opening round of the season. And of course, that's what the juniors is all about. Taking the early lead of the rally then would be Maurice Henry and Mike Jode. This championship always close, no room for error, particularly on rallies like this, but the pair open out a 10-second lead after the morning stages. Returning again in the successful micro will be Lewis Hooper and Sam Billum. They end the morning 2nd, but they've been fighting for that top spot so far all day. In fact, the fight was so close that they'd be in an identical time to David Burden and Aled Edwards. Only the 2nd outing for this pair in the new car, but going well to end the morning joint 2nd overall. And just outside the podium places at this early stage were Tom Naylor and Tom Bishop. Another micro pair and another pair going well, proving that these original F1000 cars still had what it takes in the right hands. For James Hancock and Emma Morrison, it will be 5th. They were close to Naylor up ahead, just a single second in it, proving once more that there's no room for error whatsoever when things are this close. Kean Hughes and Michael Jones will be a little further back on the times, but still only 6 seconds. A good start to the day, a few places still in reach with a big push in the afternoon. Sadly for Dylan Roberts and Dylan Thomas, things took a turn in the wrong direction when the car had this spin, costing them a fight for a podium position. 23 seconds would see them get back on the podium, but with rallying this close, to gather that many seconds back together on these short stages would be a very tall ask. Another junior driver to lose time on the opening stage with a spin would be Max Speed and Alan Gilbert. They end the morning 8th place after starting their climb back up the leaderboard. Another tie on the Junior Championship leaderboard. Joining them in that place on the results will be Sam Patterson and Paul Whitaker. The Skoda pair also working their way up the standings over the morning stages. And rounding out the top 10 would be Justin Gunning and Stuart McBride. Sadly for them, the times dropped off a little by the end of the morning, seeing them drop into that position. Moving to just outside the top 10 now, it will be 11th overall for Jason McComb and Dan Niroda, 9 seconds back from the Skoda up ahead in their Citroen C1. And for the micro pair of James Rutt and Pete Gunson, it will be 12th, themselves a further 13 seconds back on the leaderboard. It will be a spin on the third stage of the day, causing a drop down the leaderboard for Harry Walshaw and Ian Bass. They were just looking to get back into it here at the opening round, so seat time was the most important thing today. So with the morning complete, the results here at the Questmead Junior Stages are starting to shape up like this.
Yes, we've just been keeping it neat and tidy, and we've been pushing, but not too much. We're just keeping it tidy so we can get through all the stages.
Good. We're having a really good day so far and having fun.
Yeah, it's going really well. Luckily it's dry because this car really likes dry. Yeah.
We're into the afternoon stages then, and there'd be no change for Harry Walshaw and Ian Bass. The times so close on the stages, there was so little chance of making up decent time after that stage 3 spin. Sadly for Cian Hughes and Michael Jones, things hadn't gone to plan either. They dropped down the leaderboard to end the event with 12th place. That, though, would help give a few others a leg up. The first of those being James Rudd and Pete Gunson, gaining 1 position to end the rally with 11th. And it would be the same story for Jason McComb and Dan Niroda. They move up a place to round out the top 10 leaderboard overall this weekend. Justin Gunning and Stuart McBride, meanwhile, gain a position in the afternoon to move up to 9th place from their 10th that they'd held this morning. Max Speed was living up to his name with Alan Gilbert alongside and now setting some good times in the afternoon. Frustratingly, though, it wouldn't get them any higher up the leaderboard. Again, things so close here. They end the rally with 8th. A good end, though, to their only 2nd rally together. No change on the results for Dylan Roberts and Dylan Thomas. They end the rally with 7th place overall here at the opening round. Sam Pattison and Paul Whitaker, meanwhile, will be one of the ones gaining a position in the afternoon and enjoying their day out on those stages. They move up to take 6th place this weekend. For James Hancock and Emma Morrison, it will be 5th. No change for the pair, but it could have been very different going off the stage in the afternoon, but luckily in a place with nothing to hit, which is quite unusual here. They get going again, though, to end the rally with that 5th place overall. And indeed, even the top of the leaderboard didn't look to be changing too much in the afternoon. Tom Naylor and Tom Bishop getting themselves a strong finish to take 4th this weekend. With David Burton and Aled Edwards settling in well and getting used to how that new car handles, they round off the podium positions here at the Questmead Stages, 3rd place overall. For Lewis Hooper and Sam Billum, there would be nothing else that they could do to catch our rally leaders. 2nd place for them was a good result, though, and of course, the leading Micra by the finish. But that means it's the lead for Maurice Henry and Mike Jode. A good end to the event for the pair and a well-deserved result after a big push. The pair had shown some great speed, and let's face it, the competition was right up there. A nice, clean run to get themselves the first victory of the season here at a tricky Three Sisters in Wigan. So with the Questmead Junior Stages rally complete, here's a reminder of those final overall positions before we speak to our winning crews.
Today is just amazing. My first ever junior rally win. We just kept it neat and tidy. We had really good pace all day, and we just kept it on the road to get my first win. Yeah.